Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This should be a real treat. A little background information. One of my subscribers, Daniel from Brazil, offered to bring some beers. He was coming to New York, and he packaged these up in a box. He brought 4 of them because it's against the law to ship beers out of Brazil. So he put them in a box and brought them on the plane with him to New York, and then once he got to New York, he shipped them from New York to me. Awesome guy, awesome guy. I'm blown away that he would go to that much trouble to send me these beers. So I am honored, and I moved these into the front of the fridge, so hopefully he can see while he's still in New York. I don't know how long he's going to be there. Hopefully he'll get to see these reviews, guys. This beer, as you can tell, it's a strange size bottle. It says 600 milliliters here. This is Colorado Indica, which is an India Pale Ale. It comes in at 7%. And even in Brazil, all 4 of the bottles have dates on the back of them. What's up with that, guys, here in the United States? If you ain't got a date on your bottle or some code, you suck. I mean, even they can do it down there. Why can't y'all? I mean, it blows me away that the beers is coming from different parts of the world, over in Europe and South America, have dates on the bottles, and we can't even get the guys here to put dates on the bottles. Or they're putting some kind of code on it that you gotta know, or go to their website and look up, which is a bunch of frickin' horse hockey. This one says 25 February 14. So they want you to have this by February 25th, 2014. And everything is written in Portuguese. I think that's what the language is down there. And I can't read that. I barely can read English. So very colorful label on it. I went through their website, and their website says this is the most awarded beer in Brazil, right here. Traditional India Pale Ale, hoppy and alcoholic, it says. Inspired by the English school of beers, basically, which means the English style, and composed by English hops, malt, and toasted brown sugar, and conventional Brazilian. Its manufacturing process takes an average of 28 days. The alcohol content, like I said, is 7%. The style, of course, is an IPA, 7%. IBUs is 45 on this beer. And the hops they use is Galena and Cascade. So that's straight from their website, guys. The availability, it says here, is year-round. The food pairings for this cuisine is the curried and the Indian. Cheeses are nutty, Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, sharp, blue, cheddar, and the meat is shellfish. And on their site, it says, goes very well with strong dishes such as seafood and game, gorgonzola cheese, and spicy dishes. So that was from their website. And let's see here. Let's get back over to Beer Advocate. Glassware, the pint, Becker, the stein, the tumbler, the mug, Sidell. I've got the pint glass today for this one. And this is a fairly good sized bottle. It's definitely, I don't think it's quite to the bomber size, but it's close to it, I would say. I don't know how many milliliters is in a 22 ounce. Maybe I should have looked that up or kind of figured that out beforehand. But it's a little bit bigger bottle than a standard 12 ounce bottle, and looks a little smaller than a bomber size, but it may be close to the bomber size. It's not as tall, but it's kind of big and fat. It's a unique size bottle. The beer is not recommended for extended even though it's a 7% and it's going to keep for a while, and you can tell that by how the shelf life, that they're saying to have it by February, and here it is in September. And I don't know when it was put in the bottle. It just has the best by date, and I doubt if there's anything on the bottle. We'll look again when we come for the final chugs if it has any bottling date, but they say they want you to have it by February 2014. I don't think there's anything else we need to discuss here. I am blown away that I've got my hands on these beers. These are definitely not available in the United States unless somebody brings them to you. Like I said, from what he says, it is illegal to ship beers out of Brazil. So I'm taking him for his word. The bottle kind of cracked on that one. Ooh, oh man. Darn it. The top of the bottle has cracked on the top of here when I took it off. But I am not going to let that deter me. I do have a filter, and I'm going to pour this beer through the filter, and I'm going to drink it. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Broken glass is not going to deter me from drinking this. That's why we have filters. I'll filter it out, and I'm going to drink this bitch. Alright guys, if I die, you know what happened. I got glass poison. Alright, it didn't pour hardly any head. I poured the other half for her into this one through the filter. Even in the cold chilled glass, it didn't produce a large head. So it is very orangey to a dark, not quite a dark amber, but it's a rich tangerine amber color. And like I said, it poured very flat, so I don't know. I mean, it was turned sideways in the box and there was nothing leaking out of it, so I don't have an explanation why it wasn't leaking or why the top broke when I tried to take it off. So hopefully other ones won't do that. And one of them got a cork in it too, so let's get a nose on this one, guys. I'm getting a heavy malt base on this. And I'm getting some spicy floral hops, herbal hops in this. Done in a European style. I'm surprised that they use Galena and Cascades instead of something like a Saz or something that like that in the process when they're brewing. I don't know if they grow Cascades down there in Galena or that's hops that they import in. I'm not sure. So maybe Daniel can answer that question, whether he knows whether those hops are local to that area and they grow them there or they import them in. So, well, smells very good. Just a slight hint of the alcohol. Hopefully it won't be too boozy. So let's give it a hit. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Daniel. Herbal, spicy. There is a little bit of alcohol in there. I'm getting a very rich malt base on this. To me, it's more malty than it is hoppy. To me, it's closer to a red ale taste than an IPA. Even though they're, and the bitterness, like I said, was 45 on this, which a lot of the IPAs are up into the 70s. To me, it's closer to a pale ale, but it has more bitterness than a pale is going to have. Even though it's only a 45. Spicy, herbal, little toffee, little caramel, floral, and a rich malt backbone. So we're going to let it warm up just a hair, not much, because it didn't pour a big head or anything. It's not left any lacing or anything on the glass. So hopefully, I don't know if it wasn't leaking, so I don't think any air has got down into the beer because it was not leaking. So I don't know. I didn't hear any fizz or anything when I took the cap off, and like I said, the bottle did break on the top, and some of the top is still here in the cap. So it did not deter me. We have filters. So guys, I'll be right back with the final chug and the final comments on this one. Stick around. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very much in the English style for an IPA. Not in an American style. It is more on the herbal, even though the herbal, spicy, floral kind of hops. And even though you use Cascade and Galena, I mean, I don't know what quantities they use on this beer, but to me, it's just a tad on the boozy side for a 7% beer. But it's very nice, very tasty, and I'm damn glad I got to try it. And Daniel, thanks again for sending these beers. Cheers, everybody. Let's do the final chug here. Wow. Very good beer. I mean, it's not outstanding. It's not blowing my hair back or my socks off or anything. But it's a very decent beer. It's definitely above average beer to me. Got a good clean finish. Very tasty. I can see why this is a popular beer down there. Like I told you before, it says, well, if I can get this thing to work. It's running a little slow here today. For an English IPA, it's very tasty, guys. And got the date on the bottle, so that's a win-win situation for everybody. Them, us, or whoever's drinking the beer. So I'm gonna give this beer. I don't think it's quite to the A category to me, but I think it's a very good beer. So I'm gonna give it a 7, which is a B+. Definitely above average beer. Very tasty. Very good. Example of what an English IPA would taste like. And I almost got 2 full glasses out of that bottle, so very nice. And from what one of Daniel's friends has said, this beer is around $5 down there to buy. So for one beer, well, actually it's almost 2 in the bottle. That's not too awful bad. That's about what you're going to pay for an average bomber or a little more. So very nice. I wish I could get something that had the only other thing I would want to say that it didn't have hardly any carbonation to it at all. So I'm thinking it's a little undercarbonated, or the carbonation has escaped with it being cracked, but not enough for it to leak. So kind of wish I'd had another one to do, but beggars can't be choosers. So guys, that's what I'm going to go with on this. Let's go to the ratings. Beer Advocate says 84, which is in the good range. And Rate Beer says 85 overall and 61 in the style. So there are some issues there with people, you know, thinking it's not fitting the style or not a good representation of the style. I think, in my opinion, it could be a little hoppier. And other than that, it's a little boozier than it should be for a 7%er. But I mean, maybe that's what they like to drink down there. Maybe they like it a little more on the boozier side. So it's one of the most popular beers down there, according to what it says here. And the site's not coming up, the website for Colorado down there. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, if you had this beer, give me some comments back on this one. Well, you liked it, didn't like it? I did like it. So guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow.